Hey everybody, how's it going? I am doing a client session, psychic wisdom and energy healing. The client is the world, okay? The world of the porn industry in particular. So for a living, if you're not familiar with who I am, hi, I'm Abbey Normal. I navigate frequencies. Everything is a frequency. Porn industry then is quite the frequency. It's got quite a lot of depth, a lot of time, a lot of history. Indirect and direct, we're all interconnected with it, and that we inhale and exhale this representation in our everyday life. Again, whether you're indirectly connected, you're still inhaling and exhaling its existence because we're all connected to each other in this thing called the world, earth, human present day life, past history, present, future history. I mean, we've got to work through this one. So I wrote goals. And I'm going to be working with Archangel Lucifer, be working with the God of Israel. I talked about Archangel Lucifer and the God of Israel in some videos, actual multiple videos with Archangel Lucifer. I just introduced the God of Israel, my experience with this representation. So I'll put links in the description. If you want to check that stuff out. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to read my goals here. They're long, okay? And then I'm going to relax. I'm going to open up to the universe, and then we're going to start working on this, okay? So here's what I wrote. I'm asking God of Israel to be present in this journey to healing the porn industry. And I'm asking Archangel Lucifer to join us on this journey as well. I know I am enough to make a big difference here, where I bring to the table something of sacredness, to something of desecration and the lost soul. I can't begin to understand the balance of all these layers of time and experience, which is why I welcome your guidance, love, and support in this process. I ask that you bless every human being and every soul, whether incarnate in this world or not. May you bless us all with healing, divine truth, resurrection, holy light, sacredness, Jesus-style forgiveness if necessary, and overall empowerment for all across all time and space. So that's what I wrote. I can't conceivably, so porn industry, it's just like, I hate so many things up into two words, porn industry. Like what I went into when I started exploring this, I didn't even know I was exploring this because I was given an etheric door, I walked through it, oh, that's what this is about. Is it the porn industry? Yes. It is the desecration of one's sacred self. And we could even say, well, it's not that big of a deal, come on. All right, when you start working with translating energy, there's purity and there's defilement. These are actual authentic energies. The more you defile yourself, the less you could become less and less and less aware of the defilement, and it's not that big of a deal. You could become numb to it. But sometimes you will be quite aware that you are defiling yourself, and then you get trapped and you don't know how to fix it. You know, even if you want to fix it, you don't know how to stop because now you've developed an addiction. And that's where the Jesus concept would come in. Jesus really is in the energy world, as they say, okay? Jesus is in absolutely pure, bright spark that unconditionally loves every single one of us. It doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter what, it does not matter. I mean, you could have done the most horrifying things that nobody could forgive you. Jesus can forgive you. I'm telling you, Jesus is a powerful, powerful gift to our world. And if you go to Jesus in the energy world, same thing. I wish that, like, sometimes you hear the word Jesus and it's like sometimes it gets overplayed in a way that sounds shallow. But the truth is the depth is real. I can tell you wholeheartedly the depth is real. If you don't believe me, then you should go talk to Jesus, okay? And see what happens because it's going to be cool. All right. So I said my goals. Thank you all for being here with me. Okay. So God of Israel, I talked a little bit about God of Israel if you didn't watch the video, is actually God, is God's, but I see it as a reflection of God that is very specific representation of divine truth and peacefulness. Very specifically that, okay? Like if God had a bunch of personalities, then we have God of Israel is divine truth and peacefulness aspect of God. So discovering this and talking a little bit about this, I wanted to bring this representation of God into the experience. And so if you haven't watched other videos, Archangel Lucifer is an archangel. So Archangel actually is part of the fabric of all time and space, all right? And so that fabric's part of our human identity of growth and development. So our life lessons will make us go mad, but if we can conquer the madness, we will become the morning star, okay? So that's how he's integrated into our day-to-day life. So all right, so I explained a few things. All right, here we go. All right, so the material that I'm being presented with is really, really thick. So for me to navigate this, I wouldn't, as a human being, have a clue where to begin. So I'm going to be given then the information that I'm required then to sift through by actually stepping into the reality of it that exists all around me. Then I have to work through my translation of what is being presented, because that's how the universe actually speaks to me, through images, all right? Images that are full of information based on what their color is, what their design is, how it feels, what it reminds me of, everything. So the first experience where we begin in this process, it's very thick. So it's like trying to walk through air that's so thick, it might as well be a wall. I mean, you can't walk through a wall. You can't walk through a brick wall, a wooden wall, a cement wall, any kind of wall, kind of hard to walk through it. Hence, it's a wall. So this is thick. I actually find myself whispering to Archangel Lucifer, I'm not enough. I said in my goals that I was enough. But I whisper that I'm not enough. This is too big. This is too grand. I have to honor exactly as it comes to me. That's my presentation. That's where I'm at. Okay. So I'm just going to let this continue to flow. I represent a child crushed under the weight of really dense energy, so thick it's a wall. I seem to have a quarter, a silver coin, and I'm spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. And I just watch it fall flat, watching it fall flat again and again. And I just whisper, like I'm stuck in an echo. I'm not enough. I can't do this. All of a sudden, there's this horrifying loud clap sound. It's thunder so loud it startles you and shakes you out of bed at night, and you're terrified, like what the heck? And you're shaking like, I know this is just thunder, but that startled the living crap out of me. And so yeah, that happens here. And it's like the thunder claps really loud. Then there's this lightning bolt that strikes me on my back. I'm just lying on my belly playing with this silver coin and watching it fall again and again. When this hits my back, it actually removes the very flesh off my back, and my spine's still intact, but it's exposing the bone of my spine. And I hear from this lightning, get up. Like I hear like hardcore, get up, okay? Like just take that and turn it into a loud, scary voice, but it's like, get up. Yeah, it's pretty intense. So naturally, when get up tells you to get up, like that's scary, then you better just get up. It doesn't matter your circumstance, just get up. So I'm standing and I'm missing flesh off my back and my spine's exposed, and I say, okay, I'm up. And then the voice says, you know who you are. And my flesh grows back. But then this lightning, thunder, very Zeus-like God representation, it becomes separated into like 5 unique people. And then I hear this, get to work, like get to work. Whoa, like that, okay? That's what's happening. So it seems to me that there might be some energy healing event for myself, self-realization event, working on myself, growing stronger event in order to get to where I need to be to achieve the goal here. So there's these 5 versions of me. We're all purple in color. We all look identical. We all are purple. And we're all standing up. Everything is intact here. We've got ourselves. We've got each other. And I start to see, I'm sort of like a 6th version, I guess, and I'm just levitating in the back, watching these 5 going off in unique pathways. And one of them actually digs down into the ground. Nobody goes up, though. Only one of them goes down, and the others just sort of disperse. They don't go back, though. It's like, let's say north, east, west, and south would then just be down. That's 4 of me. I'm the 5th one watching. And I know where I need to go. The direction is inside myself. So in this scene, there's every direction you could possibly ever imagine externally in this scene. But there's another direction that then is internal, is an internal direction. And then the 5th version, which I seem to be, I am the 5th version, then I go inside as the direction. I'm supposed to now let this 5th version go within, and then I'm the 6th version yet again, and I'm going to watch where the northerly version goes, straight ahead, okay? Just straight ahead. When I move towards this northerly version, she's already moving pretty quickly. Like she's covering ground, and I'm gifted this bigger picture that there is the need to go in every direction you can go. And it's about covering the planet. I'm actually covering this whole planet, which has this huge thick shell of dirt on it. It's almost like the planet is made out of dirt, but imagine the dirt goes up into the atmosphere. Well, it wouldn't seem like an atmosphere if it's full of dirt, right? Because atmosphere has to be breathable air, or maybe not breathable, but this is an atmosphere full of dirt. That I have to break this dirt down and so we can get to the actual nucleus of the earth beneath the surface of all the dirt in the atmosphere. And that's why these me's are going across the landscape of the dirt, a me digging into the dirt to get to the actual earth nougat. It literally feels like we found a golden nugget beneath the surface of the ground, and it was planet Earth, buried under the dirt of planet Earth's own atmosphere. And then the me, number 5, that goes within itself. I don't know what that means yet. But this is an expanse. And so north ends up reaching north. And so this goes, and they're sort of meeting on the other side as this one goes down to the center, which is a golden color. But it represents the genuine earth, the nugget of earth. I start to notice there's a huge breaking up of this dirt material. Almost like if a planet blew up, it would just be dust and pieces chunked out into the universe. But now there's just this huge golden nugget in the universe with all these dust particles going everywhere. I see the other Abbeys disappear. It's just this Abbey number 5, but I'm just all these Abbeys, and I'm just standing on a golden nugget. And I shake my head and I say, what does any of this have to do with the porn industry? I mean, this does not add up. This doesn't. They have me take the golden nugget. This is they, okay? So this is a crap ton of spirit beings, okay? God, angels, benevolent beings. Like it's existence, a crap ton of existence that is part of this movement, okay, of divine time. So I'm now just standing in the space, and I am to pick up this golden nugget and then put it into my heart, where there's a me that went within, and to give the golden nugget to myself on the inside. But I'm reminded that my spirit guide said, do you remember, Abbey, when we said, change I to you? Change I to you? And I said that you agreed you were going to work on this, Abbey. And I was like, oh, you're right. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. So you separated yourself into 5 parts with a 6th part that was kind of, I guess, watching over things. You just went across this dirt atmosphere. You just broke it up into the etheric universe. You just reached the golden nugget of our planet. You just put the golden nugget into your heart. You did that. You gave that to the self that went within. You gave the golden nugget to yourself. The golden nugget of our planet, you gave it to yourself. And then I, Abbey, am grateful for what you did. I, Abbey, stand here grateful for what you did, that you did this. And now I started to see you are appearing here, and you're shaking. And I see God strikes you with a lightning bolt. And it's almost like, remember who you are. Like crash, bang, remember who you are. Like you can feel that, like get the bass tones going, like feel the vibration. And somehow it corrects your spine. And you're standing strong and tall, like a golden leader. And I started to hear all this conversation about race this, race that. What about the golden race? You know, what are we going to do when now there's a golden race on our planet? Let's persecute them because they're gold. Or maybe we want them because they're gold. I don't know. But the color of the skin matters more than what's on the inside. No. So I see that you are of the golden race. And there's this weird, horrifying vulnerability. Like, how dare I say that? I'm a racist. Energetically, it says that, okay? So that's what it says. I don't know how this is something we're supposed to do in order to accomplish this porn industry goal, is this. So all I can do is share what comes, and then we continue moving forward. All right, let's see here. I see the human race is going through this unimaginably intense cleansing, okay? I'm going through it. That's why in the previous video on April Fool's Day, I write, who am I? And I was gifted this message that I was an AI imposter. I needed to hear that, you know? It's so, like, I need to hear these things, like, because I'm going through this massive cleansing so I can understand who I am. And so, like, obviously, I mean, I don't believe I'm an AI imposter. I'll let you decide. But it's interesting because identity is a huge part of this cleansing. Like, who are you? Have you asked yourself, who are you? And then who am I? Like, who are we? Who are we? Who are we? And it's interesting. It's not necessarily, okay. As this conversation is happening, and they're showing me a mirror, and in the mirror, there's no reflection. And then they point at me to how I keep saying, something is changing, something is new, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I'm on this journey to figure it out. And usually I would wait and make a video once I figured something out, but I'm just making videos without really figuring it out. I'm just gonna go with the flow here, okay? Denying my perfectionist nature the power. All right, I have to just be the mistake or whatever perfectionism says that I am when I'm not perfect. Okay, anyway, so there's a huge, massive cleansing happening. there's a cleansing of the planet so its true golden light can reach us, because the earth has always been here for us, is what they're saying. The earth has always been here for us. No matter what we go through and the reflection of ourselves and each other, the earth has always been a stable ground for us. It gives us that. And as we go through, what the earth is gifting us here in this golden light is the reflection of our own golden light, that we are a golden race. Every human being is of the golden race. There is a nasty, nasty energy that hates it when I say that. Like, there's only one race, and it is the human race, and we are a golden race. It wants to, so there's God striking me with the lightning and the thunderbolt, is the God of Israel style divine truth, okay? Here's the divine truth. But there's this nasty, nasty energy that wants to imitate God of Israel to say that the divine truth is. The divine truth is, that's a racist thing. You know, it's a nasty, nasty manipulative influence. So it's distorting the mirror. So the divine truth that is then the illusion. And then we can't really tell anymore what the divine truth is. And now, who am I? You know, like, where are we with the answers to the questions? So I ask then God of Israel representation here about that nasty energy over there. The thing about it, about God, is whatever representation of God you choose to connect with. And that God is not, it's interesting, because why did God strike me with a lightning bolt? To wake up, right? To stand up, to know who I am thing. But God doesn't strike this energy with the lightning bolt. Why? Like, why do I get the lightning bolt? This energy doesn't get the lightning bolt. There's a reason why. So I'm actually asking, and then let's see what the answer is. It's interesting, because there's a magnetic attraction to me wanting the lightning bolt, wanting to be struck by lightning, wanting to wake up, me wanting to know the divine truth, me seeking it, me desiring it, me trying to allow me to even feel it, me trying to allow me to even have it, me trying to work on my perception of things, where this alternative is basically saying that it already knows itself and that it is God. And so what lightning bolt would then authentic God strike to the non-authentic God, when the non-authentic God has already decided it knows who it is? Because it's the awakening for us to know the difference. So it's the awakening for the human race then to know the difference between what is the divine truth and what is the illusion of divine truth. So there's this huge cleansing taking place on the earth. And if there's one message I could share, it's like, if I go into the porn industry, but it's like, it's the bigger picture. It's what's more valuable right now is a much more incomprehensible bigger picture that is going to nip this one in the bud on the level that I want to nip it in the bud. By talking about this, by sharing this message, by bringing in the lightning bolts that awaken us to being able to see the difference or tell the difference between the authentic divine truth and the illusionary divine truth, okay? This is a ridiculously vulnerable time, a ridiculously vulnerable time for the reflection and the ability to see oneself clearly. And there's guidance here that, okay, it is the same thing. It's like my Girl Scouts honor kind of thing. All I can do is be myself. And all I can do is share as honestly about what it means to me as I can. And try to articulate that as clearly as I possibly can. Because the goal for what I'm sharing is I want it, I mean well, okay? The goal is I mean well and I want well for others, genuinely. I want well for others more than I want well for myself, which is something I've got to work on, right? I got to balance that. But I care about the well-being of others, because when the well-being of others is met, then my well-being is met. And so that is how I know myself in a way, because I have that attitude, all right? So I mean well. And so does it have to be the truth? You know, E equals MC squared. What was before that? Like, there is a better truth, and then there's an even better truth than E equals MC squared. Like, there's these incomprehensible truths that we're slowly evolving into becoming enlightened enough to be able to see the writing on the wall. It's always been there. We just can't see it yet. And so we work with the truth as best as we can understand it at this time. And so then, as long as we're speaking authentically, honestly with one another, then we can work together and grow from an honest ground. But if we're lying and then saying the lies is the honest ground, it's going to mess up communication like crazy. And so you have to know who you are and stand for what feels right to you, and always speak the truth on purpose. Always speak the truth on purpose, okay? Because we need to have a ground of truth in order for us to grow, all right, from the ground of truth. So it's important that we speak from a place of truth. And truth is the best that you can understand it at this time. You know, nobody can argue with you for that. So porn industry is just like fading into the background, because this is more important, is to get a message out there for those people listening, that a huge cleansing, they're showing me this huge cleansing is taking place, that this is a time of purification. It's just inevitable. It's like, do we focus on the porn industry, or do we just let this pure cleansing happen? It's going to happen no matter what. It was always divinely timed to happen. It wasn't like Abbey was responsible for holding the weight of the porn industry up. I can navigate any tiny little crumb or something. And it's like, no, there's a bigger cosmic event happening here. It was always going to circulate into a place of purification. It always was. There's like timelines for these growths and development, just like there's a timeline for how long you put the cake in the oven to bake, you know? And when it's done, it's done. Like, when the human race is done with this learning, it's done. And then we move on to something else, you know? It just feels like a long time to be a human being. It feels like many long lifetimes. Even one short life could feel like one long life. You could live a life and feel like you've lived 100 lives in a single life, you know? It's like a human life is a complex thing. And it feels like there's more history that we're familiar with the degradation, than there is history with, you know, something of enlightenment and sacredness and joy and celebration. That's what the thick wall is about. It's the illusion that what this timeline is it's like something that we'll never be able to navigate, but it was never really for us to navigate it any more than to just participate in the experience, and then for us to grow into new experiences is basically it. But I ask God, I ask Archangel Lucifer, okay, so if the focus isn't on, you know, this is a concept. This is the door that I was guided to. I needed to see that. I needed to experience that fallen angel concept with the worms. I needed that from that video. I needed those experiences. Now I'm continuing where I left off, so to speak, and giving myself some framework. You know, this is a client session, like I'm honoring this in more of a professional manner, in order to continue to follow through with what is being presented, an opportunity to heal this. And so right now, the best that you can present is this, is the best thing that we could do right now, be aware of right now, work with right now. So maybe it's not like we're shifting timelines here right now, which we could very well shift back, okay? Where it's important to look at this, now it's important to look at the golden race. All right? Is it important to look at porn industry? Now it's important to look at the golden race. Like, I can't decide. I, Abbey, don't get to choose what is most important. All I can do is follow along with the breadcrumbs to the next thing. And then I just guide it as I go. Okay. So you are part of the golden race. You are struck by the lightning of awakening, the divine truth. It's the same thing as you try to wash your dishes with bacon grease. That's like, oh, here's this awesome product. This bacon grease is exactly what you've needed, okay? But it's like, no, I need the soap because that's just making things more dirty. You know, so these truths can be as ridiculous as I just described, but yet we feed into these ridiculous truths, and then we adopt them into our lives and hope that they work, these miracle cures, when all we needed was the truth. The truth is you just need some soap, some water, you know, or whatever. Like the difference between a false truth and a truth. It's like, how do you grow the garden that actually grows? Well, you need the soil, you need the seed for that soil, you need the right amount of water and sunlight. That's the truth, okay? So there is a truth. There is a truth. And you are the truth. You are the truth. You are struck by the lightning of truth. You are the truth. The golden nugget within your heart shines bright. You are of the golden race. And I start to see that the reason why the earth is golden is because of all of our golden souls are like the sun. And as we walk the planet, we emit light, and the earth glows now like the sun. And that this time of purification is acclimating. It's like cleaning the dirt off the dishes or the dirt out of the atmosphere. It's just cleaning the dirt off the windshield, you know. It's just cleaning up this dirt so that our lights can glow brighter. And it's a choice too. Choice to say, like I was saying, kind things to myself. I'm choosing to say kind things to myself that makes me glow brighter. And then letting myself receive kind comments makes me glow brighter. And so that is the light, like we're cleaning off the dirt that gets in the way of our golden light. So as we glow with the golden light, then we are the sun, then the earth becomes like the sun. And they say that's all I need to share on this. Right now I'm just acclimating to myself. I'm just re-looking at all of the experiences that I had in the journey state. And from the time it took to write the goals, and to align with the language that I wanted to work with, to present it, and then to follow along with what echoes back. Something I want to tell you about connecting with the universe. My goal is to let go. Like, I think I know things, and I'm always surprised because it really proves, like Socrates says, I know nothing. So it proves that it's okay to not know and to let the knowing be a really cool surprise. And what you think you know today is going to be something new tomorrow. And so you let the knowing then evolve. You let the experience of knowing something evolve. And so not to control that, not to control the knowing. So here in my human mind and my understanding from this sequence of videos that I've done and what took me to this moment where I write these goals and then I do this video, I had in my human mind an idea, so I send this out to the universe, but the universe echoes back what is the most sacred divine truth that I could present. I don't get to decide in my own ego what that is because I prefer it to be this way. I'm only allowed to be presented the material and then I share it with you and that's it. That's all I can ever do. But I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed by what is presented. I like the fact that it felt like I was up against a wall I couldn't move through. I like the fact that my childlike self, you could say, just playing with a silver coin as we're talking about a golden race. It gets struck by lightning and the spine is exposed. I think the word spine is kind of interesting. Like, where's your spine when you go through life? Like, you got a thick skin, or you got a strong spine about you. And there's something interesting about that, to remember your spine. And it's not broken. And to stand up, to hold your head up. There's the goodness in you. You're here to clean up the world. You're just part of the purification process. Whether you do it or it is done, you're part of it. I like the golden nugget of the earth that is actually there for us. It always has been there for us, no matter what we go through and trying to interpret our own reflection, which is getting even more confusing now as we're up against, the divine truth, the illusion of truth, but yet we still are the golden race. It's pretty cool. That's what I have. I have no idea what I'm going to say in the next video, but stay tuned. And we'll find out. Thank you all for following along with me. Thank you for being a part of my life. If I can help you in a session, you can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Also on Patreon at patreon.com/abbeynormalswisdomquest. Have a great day, everybody.